as we're thinking about coloring in the background of our metal design, you have a choice to use paint, colored pencils, chalk, but I wanted to show you today a quick demonstration of how you can layer the colored pencils. So you can see here that I have my design, I had traced it, and these are my this is the start of my colored pencil. You can see that I'm using different colors in here to create the illusion that the arms are kind of twisting and turning, and that there's different kind of colors to it to give it a little bit of variety and interest, so it makes it feel like the piece is moving. So to get that color, I'm going to use several different colors. I do want to show you the difference between the white poster board and the black. Is this just the colors are just more vibrant? So this one's colored almost identically to this, and it just has a more vibrant color feel to it. This one's more dark and moody. So if you want something that is a little more bright and cheery and the colors are more vivid, you may want a white background, just so you know. For me to color on the black, I'm going to start with some of my lightest values. I just feel like this kind of helps me have a plan of how my, I'm trying to have a plan. I'm going to choose, let's see, I'm going to choose this one. It kind of lets me know where my highlights are going to go, so I preserve those. So I'm going to start out with kind of my highlight color, which is going to be my yellow. And I kind of actually gave this whole tentacle this kind of underlying yellow color to brighten it up a little bit. So I'm just going to do this little part right here. Then I started bringing in, of course, I'm going to bring in some oranges, but the harder you push, not only are you filling in the texture of kind of the texture of the paper, but you're kind of laying these over each other. So you got to be careful not to push super hard right out of the starting gate, because the colors will stop being less effective when they are laid over each other. But now when I put this orange over, I can go right over my yellow and kind of turn it into kind of a yellow orange. So it's not that pure yellow color right now. It gets a little bit more dull. And this is where I'm going to start bringing in, I have a couple other colors. So I'm just kind of starting with kind of getting some reds in here and starting to do the shading, trying to create the illusion that these sides are darker and that this arm has a little bit of dimension. And then I kind of keep coming back and deepening some of those colors. And again, you can kind of color right over the top of some of your highlights. And then I switch to my darkest color right on the top. So this is kind of how I go about it, by just kind of trying to build up from lightest to darkest. And if you felt like you lost some of the light values in that arm, you could always go back to a lighter color. So if I grabbed peach or another creamy yellow, you can always go back and right on the top kind of put in some extra colors and kind of blend those colors together. So colored pencils are meant to be mixed. They are meant to be used together and layered over the top of each other. And for the water, the same exact thing. If I switch back to here, I would just be coming over here, and the pressure of my pencil is going to make those colors more vivid. But I'm using those colors just kind of layered on top of each other. Lay your pencil kind of on its side to kind of get a broader stroke, and get right up to the very edge of your subject so it doesn't look like it's glowing and outlined. But I'm going to just kind of use kind of the wide edge of my colored pencil on its side to kind of bring out a wide swath. But the darkness of the paper actually almost becomes its own dark color. So that's kind of why I had mine on black, is to kind of create a little bit of a mood here. So it's all about pressure and using your colors. And if I used one color, I will probably, because I used some yellows in here, I will probably bring some yellows into a few places in the water to kind of tie it together. If I use this dark purple, I may try to work it into some of the shadows, because it just helps create a sense of unity.